see. Testing, testing. If you can hear me. Yes, we're gonna get into it. So, 11:33. Hey, not that bad. Short intro. So, today, no COVID stuff. Of course, for more COVID stuff, you're gonna see it on Instagram. Okay, so it's all gonna be transit, as if you've seen my stories and all that. Okay, now what we're gonna do is there is one picture that actually I have to add. Sorry about that. So because I press the button. Let's see. Can I change it? Or I can do, yeah, 50% of this. Ah, man, what? Well, it's live. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, it's always the technical issues that always get me. It's crazy. Okay, so without further ado, all right, it's all about the transit stuff. Okay, and as I've said, it's hey DJ Nicky, you came. We just started. Yay! We're gonna do something special. So hi, Nikki, how is everything? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're staying healthy and safe as always. I saw you go to the gym. So, and by the way, thank you for the energy drink information. Legs are aching. Yeah, oh wow. I know for me, I would do 20 to 30 reps each one. So I'll have like 3 sets, and each set has 3 things on it. I have 3 different exercises, and each exercise would be about 20 to 30 reps. So, but I do it. But also while I was doing that, there was a party going on because of Super Bowl. By the way, even though it's in LA, congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams for winning. Okay, I have family in LA, but to be honest with you, I'm not big with the Super Bowl. Okay, Super Bowl that I think of is a big bowl of macaroni and cheese, or a Pokeball. No, not the Pokeball, as in, oh, you're watching Attack on Titan. Someone told me they're a little anti-Semitic, but don't quote me on it. Someone told me about it. I only saw season 1 of Attack on Titan at the time when I had cable. It was on Toonami. But anyway, this is going to be a special Subway Transit edition. Okay, so coming up, I'm gonna do a transit thing for those who are going to Katsucon in the last episode of season 2. I don't, to be honest, I like it, but it's after season 1, it's like I'm not feeling it for this one. The thing is, with anime in general, I have a lot of work to do. I love anime. It's just I believe my brain has just been focusing on work, COVID, trying to make sure everyone's safe and all that. Trying to make sure everyone's staying healthy and safe as best I can, providing the truth, providing facts, and also doing the transit stuff. But it's special because we're going to do transit stuff. So let's see if this works. No technical difficulties, please. Come on. Okay, great. Yes. You get to. We're going to talk about the subway. My subway system. Well, it's not mine technically, but I take this every single day. All right. This is version 1 of this. I don't think this is complete because this will always grow as well, just like that con survival thing. So, which I will do a presentation later this year if my panel gets approved. All right. So let's go over it. Okay, so before we get into some of the nitty gritty, some fun things about the subway, the first underground subway line, and this is underground, opened October 27, 1904. This is not the oldest, okay, in the world. London is the oldest, but it's also not the oldest in the U.S. The oldest actually goes to Boston, which is probably just as dirty. Just my opinion. Don't hate me. I took the last time I took when I went to Boston. That was in 2019. I took the orange line. It was dirty. Okay, thought the trains in New York are dirty, and maybe because I didn't take the new ones. I took one of those old ones. Okay, so first subway line opened between City Hall. So that City Hall station is actually abandoned. So now it, but the one north of it is Brooklyn Bridge City Hall. That one is still open. But the reason why they closed that City Hall now it's only used for those museums. I mean, for that transit museum tours, and it's all because the trains, just the gap between the doors and the platform is so wide. So the trains are a little bit longer and all that. So anyway, but first subway line opened between City Hall and then all the way to 145th Street Broadway covers parts of the 4, 5, and 6 S and 1 trains. And honestly, you have to go all the way back to 1827 for the first public transit route. It's a 12-seat stagecoach called Accommodation, and you need a horse, of course. It ran along on Broadway between Battery and Bleecker Street, and that's in Lower Manhattan. There are 472 stops, but there's a 424 if you count the complexes as one stop. And it's either way, it's still the most in the world, and it's on 665 miles of track. Okay, and even with service changes, 24-hour subway runs 24/7, 365. This subway has 26 lines. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, J, L, M, N, Q, R. There are 3 shuttles. So if you see an S, that's a shuttle. There's a W, there's a Z, as in zebra. There's a Staten Island Railway, or SIR. So Staten Island Railway is separate from the subway, but it is on the subway map. So I just put that there. Just because it also uses the same rolling stock or the train cars that's also used in the subway, which we won't get into too much. So maybe as we go on, as everything gets, I just have to fix this. Sorry. Okay, much better. That's my little OCD. Okay. It happens. Okay, so now 6, 7F and the 6, 7F trains have their express counterparts. So it's a diamond shape. You'll see it later on the next slides. Okay. Now, also, there are 3 shuttles as well. So that's the 42nd IRT 42nd Street, BMT Franklin Avenue, and IND Rockaway Park. Don't go too crazy on IRT, BMT, IND. Those are just for reference. I'll explain why. Because at one point, these 3 companies, they competed against each other. The IRT, BMT were private companies. IND was owned by the city. It got unified in 1940, but all the way as far into like the 80s, around there, they were still calling them IRT, BMT, IND. Just a few days ago on channel 11, sorry. On channel 11, there was an anchor who accidentally said, "Oh, you just go on Broadway on the IRT," and then they were making fun of you. They were making fun of her. It's like, IRT, what is this? Do not use. So, you know, that's for the real New Yorkers, for the old, like, who live in New York for so many decades. They would use these things. Sometimes they'll use lines like Queens Boulevard line, 6th Avenue line, 8th Avenue line. Don't worry about those, okay? We're going to use numbers and letters. That's it. All right. So, why is it somewhat important to do IRT, BMT, IND? So, lines are divided right now, at this point, into A division, which is the IRT, and they're just numbers. Those are the numbered lines. And then the B division. The B division is BMT and IND, and those are the lettered lines. And a lot of the lettered lines go on both BMT and IND trackage. Okay, but again, don't have to memorize about that. what you do, what you do have to be aware of is that the A division trains are narrower and shorter. On top of that, each car has three doors on each side. B division trains, they're wider and they're longer, and they have four doors on each side for passengers to go in and out. All right. How you would know is that you just bring your bike and you'll find out how hard it is to bring your bike on a numbered line. Okay, and you see how and you'll feel it when the trains get crowded. It's narrower for the numbered lines. Okay, and the obvious part is you cannot bring a B division train car on the A division. It's not going to fit. You can't bring a B division to an A division because the train will not fit. You can bring the A division to the B division. The problem is there's going to be a big gap. There's also what I forgot to put in there. Maybe they call it this, but I'm not sure. It's C division. C division is the work trains, but that's off topic. All right. By the way, the subway is just one rapid transit system in the New York City area. Do not confuse it with the other train lines. LIRR, that's the Long Island Railroad. Metro North Railroad, or MNR, but we call it Metro North. Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, Air Train, The Path, those are all train lines. New Jersey Transit has a rail and they have bus and light rail as well, but don't confuse those. All right, they don't transfer. You can't transfer from one agency in another, but with the subway you can do free transfers. Okay, Metro cards you can use on the path, but you're not going to get a free transfer between the subway and the path. Okay, now if you use the Metro card, if you have a pay per ride, you can use it on the path. Okay, before COVID, there were about 5 to 6 million rides per weekday. About half of that is on Saturday and Sunday. At this point, like as of for February, it's about 3 million rides per weekday. It's slowly getting up, but it's not too high yet because we're still in the pandemic. So in 2019, about 1.7 billion rides were made on over 6,600 subway cars, and those traveled 365 million miles. And just keep in mind, New York City's population is over 8.8 million people. All right, that's not the record. In the record is almost 2.1 billion people in 1946. That's when not many people were driving. Okay, and that was before the interstate highway system was completed, it was built, so to speak. So, as you all know, it's the lifeblood and a cultural and as well as a critical part of New York City, but it can also be a punching bag. Why'd I say that? Because we always hate on it, even though we rely on it so much. We always hate on it. Sounds like having a spouse or a sibling. You love them, but sometimes you hate them. Longest one seat ride is my train, which is 10 minutes away from my house. It's the A train it's about 32.39 miles between Inwood 207th Street and Far Rockaway. It also has the longest distance between stations at 3.5 miles between my station at JFK and Broad Channel. Another interesting thing is that on the Smith 9th Street station, it is the highest station in the world at about 88 feet. I didn't even know that, but who's paying attention? And the other thing is that this station that I use to get to my college, Hoyt Street station, I actually found out that Michael Jackson did a music video, "Bad," the song "Bad" at there, and and they were dancing and all that. And also, even though the subway is mostly underground, about 40% are outside, whether it is on the ground, what is elevated, or if it's what we call an open cut. If you've taken, I don't know if you've taken this highway. What is it called? Cross Bronx. It's an open cut. The Cross Bronx Expressway. So, anyway, so this is the subway map on the left here. To me, it's a plate of spaghetti. All right, but I've seen worse. Also, I forgot to tell you, this is the busiest subway line, this busiest subway system in North America. All right, even though it has the most stations in the world. Okay, it's also biggest in the U.S. in many cases. But so you'll see all that. This is how it is organized. Okay, Second Avenue line. That the T train is proposed. It's not there on the maps yet. So part of it is on the Q train. So you'll see. Oh, there it is. Diamonds. Those are the supplemental express services. Okay. So you'll see all the INDs, BMTs, so IRTs. Again, you don't have to worry about it. What you need to worry about are the numbers and letters. And the colors are for your eyes. Please, please, please do not use colors. Do not say, you take the blue line, you take the red line. No, we're going to do that for the DC Metro. That's coming up. Don't worry about it. But with the New York City subway, you use your numbers and the letters. Okay, so there are always exceptions to the rule. And this is a very complex system. So it requires practice, and you'll get there. I mean, it's an exploration, at least to me. All lines run 24/7, except the B train, the W train, the Z train, and peak express service lines. So we're talking about the F Express, the 6 Express, the 7 Express, those kinds of things. Okay, and here are the breakdowns for the express and local, which I won't go into. You don't have to worry too much about it. What you have to worry about is to pay attention to the map and which train stops at which. The exceptions here with the services is that B train is local north of 59th Street. There is an E and F trains usually local, but it's express in Queens Boulevard. There's a skip stop with the J and Z trains, and then there's a peak express between Marcy Avenue, Myrtle Broadway, and two and three trains are local in Brooklyn. Also, Staten Island Railway also has peak express service, not pointed out on the map, but if you do take it, it'll say on the front the direction of where the Staten Island Railway train is going, and it'll say express on the bottom. If it's not express, you're not going to see express. So that's in case if you take that Staten Island Railway, which probably a lot of you may not. It's going to be the lettered lines and the subway line, lettered lines and the numbered lines. So before taking the subway, you always get a subway map, whether it's on your phone, all right, or if it's the paper one. I have the paper one, but I like to put that on my wall, keep it there. And get yourself a Google Apps app rather. Okay, you're gonna need that for the DC Metro as well. So, but that's for the next thing. And you got to study on how to get around. Okay, why? Because some transfers could be really long, or it requires a lot of stairs and taking elevators. So when you're going to commute, make sure you give yourself extra time, maybe more time than what Google Maps is telling you. Google Maps will be the one that tells you how to those different itineraries, different choices, and different combinations of how to get from point A to point B. And the map is there just so you know not only you know where you're going, but in case, God forbid, there's something going on, you don't wait until the train. You don't wait forever for the train to move. You find alternative routes. Plan your travel itinerary and always keep checking service advisory changes and updates. I've been doing this almost every single day with both the New York City subway and the Washington Metro. Okay, and use MTA.info or my MTA app to check arrival times as well. They used to have subway times at MTA.info, then they got rid of it. So you go to your My MTA app and you'll go through all that. Also, some stations have the same names, so you have to be specific. So there it is. There are one, two, three, four, five different 23rd Street stations. Then there are one, two, three, four 14th Street stations. And then there are three, rather, three 34th Street stations. At least they're, yeah, four. Okay, so at least they're all different. 42nd Street, thank goodness they're specific, but you have to bring it. But you have to say which kind of train station it is. Okay, so use your numbers and letters. Okay, so get a Metro card and a smartphone or card. Okay, an Omni card or credit debit card. The ones that have that you can tap on the Omni reader. So that's the one where you tap, and so you can pay your fare. Okay, and make sure you're aware of your surroundings. There's been a lot of like people who are being pushed onto the tracks. Got people who are attacked or mugged or whatnot. Just make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're prepared to defend yourself. Pay attention to the signs and use the maps. Please, I'm gonna emphasize again. Please always use your maps, and you have to pay attention. In general, you gotta pay attention. So some entrances have, for example, have access to just one direction. That's it. All right, not rather than both directions. Also, some entrances you may not have a vending machine or a token clerk. You wouldn't be needing a token clerk anyway. Okay, that's why there's a vending machine. But again, token clerks are still important, basically for security and for wayfinding or if you need any help. All right. So very important, before you tap or you swipe, make sure you're entering the right turnstiles. So you look up, look at the map, look at the Google Maps, look at all that. Make sure you're getting on the correct train, because if you're going in the wrong direction, you may have to pay another fare. Okay, and even if you get off at a station where you're able to cross over for free and you don't need to swipe again to spend another fare, that takes up more time out of that you're wasting your time basically. Also, got some two tips. When you see Uptown, that's northbound going north, okay? And in a lot of the stations, especially in Manhattan, that's what you're going to see, Uptown North. Again, you northbound, you use a map, okay? Downtown obviously goes south. And when you see the grid, when you go north, in most cases, the street numbers go up when you go north. Okay, Lower Manhattan is a whole different mess. Okay, you're not going to see a lot of numbers there. Okay, the next thing is, if you're on a street and you see the avenue numbers go up, that means you're going west. Okay, and then you go the other way around. So if the numbers go down, you're going south. If the that's the street numbers. The numbers go down if you're going south. If you're on an avenue, if you're on a street, and if the numbers go lower, you're going east. The avenue numbers, of course. But again, that's why you have Google Maps. Okay, but don't always look at your phone like this. Don't because again, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Okay, and also you want to be careful with your phone because we don't want anyone to steal it. So that's why I have this. Meet Giyu. Put it like this, there, like that. So, oops, I have to fix the battery here. Okay. All right, so the key. All right, so when you're reading the map, the white ones over here, that means all the trains stop. The black dots mean it's only local service. And if there are black dots on on a line where there's only one train line running, obviously that's the only train line's gonna go. So it's pretty straightforward. And then you have a station name, and then you have the letters. So it's bold. It's 24/7. If it's not bold, limited, or it's only weekday service. But it depends. You have to look at the schedule. And then there are changes as well, which I will get to in a bit. It's just the reason why I do that New York City subway guide, so you understand what what to do, and you'll have that's your foundational knowledge. So when you get to see all the issues going on with with the with these planned service changes, or if it's something unexpected like a track fire or switch issue, or disrupted passenger, or someone took a crap on the in the train, or anything like that. So be prepared for that. Also, what you notice, most stations they have globes. Okay, there's one that looks like a Pokeball, and the green ones means the entrance is open full time. Okay, it's not always a guarantee whether you'll have a vending machine there. So please be careful. I think there's a stop in the near my work on the L train. Okay, there's a set that have the set of entrances where you can get there and you can get the vending machines are there, and then there's another set there where there are no vending machines to buy your Metro cards. But if you have your iPhone, assuming that it is charged and it's not dead, I know, double meaning, right? Okay. And you're able to have the Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or whichever Pay set up. You can just tap your phone on the Omni reader, and if it says go, you go. So the red ones, it depends. So some of them I've seen that are exit only. Some of them could be part-time entrance. All right. So, and there are signs that'll explain all that. Also, as I've said before, pay attention to the signs. Okay. So Hoyt Street station. Okay, that's near my college. If you're trying to get to Brooklyn, for example, or rather, let's say Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College. That's the other side. Okay, that's the other terminus. This one, the Manhattan Bronx, will not get you there. So you have to find the one where it says, "Oh, here it is, Flatbush Avenue and New Lots Avenue." Okay, so Nevins. Oh, coincidentally speaking, this station is actually right after this one. They're both in downtown Brooklyn near my college. So that's why I pointed the arrows. Again, you gotta pay attention. All right, to that you make sure that the entrance is the one you're going to. Very important. So the next thing is during the trip, always check your maps, Google Maps, and or the My MTA app for real-time info and the arrival times. Oh, there's a typo. Okay, so, and I forgot to say this. Have your MetroCard smart device ready about a block before heading to the subway. So you don't want to block anybody. You don't want to block anyone. Okay, you don't want to get in the way of other people. And for those wanting Metro cards, you have to use a vending machine. Don't spend too much time on it, please. We have other people who need it. Okay? As I said many times, pay attention to signs. Do not block traffic. Do not block foot traffic, nor get in the way of others. Okay? I've seen people where, as they get onto the station at the entrance or the kiosk, before they get in the stairs, they took up their phone like, is this the right one? No, oh my god, what's this? No, don't do that, please. And I've seen it the other way around, where the person was walking up the stairs and then was going up like, okay, am I here? Is my GPS on? Oh my god. Okay, so please, I beg of you, okay, please, if you're not sure of where you want to go, step aside. Step aside. Okay? Don't block people's way. Another thing, tunnels do not have cell service. Okay? Again, tunnels do not have cell service. I've experienced that and I hate it, and it's wrong. We're in 2022. Okay? This is not supposed to happen. There's supposed to be cell service and Wi-Fi everywhere, even underground. Unfortunately, it's only in subway stations, which has Wi-Fi and cell service, or if you're above ground. Okay, but the only thing is you're gonna have cell service. That's it. I've seen in my station, in my train station, it's an above ground, and I've seen those Wi-Fi, those little Wi-Fi things, and I still didn't pick up the Wi-Fi. Please, I know it sounds redundant. Please put Wi-Fi in every single station, even if it's above ground. Okay, we need Wi-Fi service. Seriously, okay. You know, we have an issue with Wi-Fi equity. Oh, sorry, I forgot to silence this. Okay, so anyway, as I said again and again, please be aware of your surroundings, okay? And if you see someone who's a little suspicious, you get away, okay? Pretend they don't exist, okay? Try to get away. All right, if they're chasing you, I would say cry for help. Try to find a police officer or an MTA crew member. Please, be aware of your surroundings, okay? This is New York City, okay? Anything can happen, anything goes. Almost, basically, but you get the idea. And that includes staying away from the platform edge, because I don't want you to fall and break anything or get run over by the train, okay? Here. So this person's doing the right thing. The best way is to go against the wall. So most stations have it like this. Other stations, not very clear. You got a yellow and orange. They gotta fix this up. And this station, that's Hoyt Street station. That's where Michael Jackson did his music video for Bad. And what I do is, if there's no walls, okay, to lean on, obviously you lean on to these whatever these things are, these pillars, okay, but try to no, don't be over here, but be behind right over this area, because if you go over here, you're going to block traffic, and people may start coming out of the train doors. All right, you want to stay over here. You don't want to stay here. You don't, simply because you can still be pushed. So, oh yes, yep, that's my station, and it's about a roughly 5-minute it was amazing where Michael Jackson did his music. Yeah, exactly. When I saw the music video, it really didn't look so much like Hoyt Skirmerhorn, but things have changed. I think he did that video in the 80s. Yeah, that's when that was before we were born. And that's the station that I got off to go to my college. It was LIU Brooklyn, which I still miss going to college. Yeah, the station did age, and they're not doing anything to it. So the next one, it was called J Street Metrotech. That one actually went through renovations a few years ago, and it's still brand spanking new, all because they had to make that connection with the R train to the AC and F platforms. Okay, so with with that with that in mind, I hope that you have a good understanding of the New York City subway, at least a foundational understanding. There's a lot to cover, so let's put it to use, shall we? We're gonna go to if we're gonna go to I forgot to open this, but it's okay because I have the files anyway. Screw it. What is this? Night subway map. Okay, here. So we're gonna switch gears for a little bit, and we're gonna get to the subway maps. Let's do it. Is it going there? Yeah, there it is. All right. So when I took BART, Jesus Christ, it looks fresh and clean, but regardless, there will still be bums pissing and loitering around. Actually, I saw that in one of the news stations. I think it's Channel 5 or something. It was a CBS affiliate, I think. But there isn't much compared to the MTA. Well, of course. And I don't have the pictures for this, but in BART, there's some turnstiles where they fixed a little bit. I think what they did was, you see, they have these little things that go like that, and they have another layer of it, and it's kind of a joke because people will do anything to beat to basically avoid the fares. One example was I saw this on a video. There was a person who jumped over the turnstiles, but he ended up dying because he wasn't able to turn on the. It's a stupid way to die, but he cracked his neck and died. Okay, because he jumped over the turnstile the wrong way, and then one of these emergency exits. Some people are able to put their arms and then press that thing for the emergency exit, and then use the other arm to pull the handle and just get in. I was like, wow. But earlier, as I was going home, I was surrounded by crackheads in the bus. And as I was walking home, since downtown San Jose has homeless people around, so, how do you know they're crackheads? I forgot. The dude in the bus felt hostile and had to hop off. You had to hop off earlier before. Oh, I see. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, I'm so weird, but you did the right thing. Okay, we mental health is something I know here in New York. They're working on it, and it's not an easy thing. People think in New York that just okay, if they're gonna take care of it, they think everything will be fixed the next day. It's not. I want it fixed the next day as well. Mental health is not a light switch where you just turn it on or turn it off. It's much more complicated than that. There's so many things just going on in the head, and the brain is one of the most complicated things to study, and we still don't fully know about the brain. We're still learning about that. So, anyway, I actually opened two things. I gotta open is it the night map as well. So if you see it there. Okay. So yes. So very important. This is ongoing right here. So as you already know, the 2 train skips Clark Street. 2 and 3 trains skip Clark Street. All right. The next thing is Monday through Friday, 11:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. And there will not be any 3 trains. All right. And you're gonna have to be using the 2 trains. All right. And until what, Franklin Avenue, and then you have to use the 4 trains. All right. The next thing for that is if you want to get on 145th and 148th Streets, you have to take the M7 or M102 buses. This will go on through February 25th. Next thing is daytime. Southbound A and C train stop at 163rd and 155th Street. I don't know when this is going to end. It was supposed to. They're supposed to finish it this month. We'll find out when. So I'm going to assume maybe February 28th. Unless if I get updated information. Okay, so the next one is the Northbound D Train is express between 145th Street and Tremont. Right over here. It will skip 155th, 167, 170, 174, 175th Streets. Also, Path Train, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. It will skip 9th Streets and 23rd Streets. So that's your ongoing. We are going to do daytime. The daytime is, so it's from 10:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see. So the northbound 4 trains, some northbound 4 trains will be express between 167th Street and Burnside. But those express 4 trains will stop at Burnside and not go any further than that. Between Burnside and Woodlawn, the 4 train runs every 16 minutes. Those that run every 16 minutes between Burnside and Woodlawn, they also run the entire 4 train. It's just that it goes local in the Bronx. I know, a little bit complicated there. But yeah, so alternate 4 trains, it'll skip 3 stops here and then end at Burnside and then go back to Manhattan. All right, and then the next one, northbound 4 train, okay, skips Mosholu Parkway. All right, from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Remember, we're still in daytime. We have quite a bit of things here. We're gonna go to the 7 train. So the westbound 7 is expressed between Willets Point, and 74th Street, but it will make a stop at Junction Boulevard. The next thing is southbound N train is expressed between Astoria Boulevard and Queensboro Plaza. Okay, and on the 15th, on Tuesday, this section is cut off again. So no D train between Bay 50th Street and Stillwell, so you have to use a bus. The next thing, just only on Tuesday, February 15th. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, so the southbound F train is expressed between Smith 9th Streets. Wow, okay. From Smith 9th Streets all the way to Kings Highway. Wow, okay. But it will stop at 7th Avenue, Church Avenue, and 18th Avenue. So you would have to use the G train, okay, between Smith 9th Street and Church Avenue to get to those 2 stations. Wednesday through Friday. This Wednesday through Friday, the southbound N train will be express between 59th Street here and Corning Island Stillwell Avenue. It will skip a Whopping 9 stops. Also, the next thing is the W train will run between Whitehall Street to 96th Street on the Q, and it's going to run every 20 minutes. Next thing, and this one is the Long Island Railroad for a little bit. So Long Island Railroad is here. Put this in here, and then so what you're gonna see is that on Monday and Tuesday, so the 14th and the 15th, there's no Long Island Railroad trains east of Huntington. So you'd have to take a bus here in this area. Anyway, back to the subway. Oh, wait, actually, we have to go back to the Long Island Railroad. There's another one. Okay, on February 16th and 17th, so that's Wednesday and Thursday. There are no Long Island Railroad trains between Mineola and Oyster Bay. You'd have to take a bus. So that's the other thing. Next one, the next one is on the 5 train. On the 5 train, the southbound will be expressed between Dyer Avenue and east on 180th Street, but it'll stop on Pelham Parkway. Southbound will skip Baychester, Gun Hill, and Morris Park. That's your daytime. So let's do nighttime. At the nighttime, there's fast track. Just letting you know that this area, we're going the blue section here. I know I don't say colors, but in this case, we're going to do it. This blue section here, A, C, and E, due to fast track, no service right over here. Look at this. It does stop at West 4th Street, but it'll stop on the lower level on the BDFM platform. None of this. No E, none of this. All the way here, because the A, C, and E will be diverting. A train will go local in both directions via the D and F trains from 59th Street, make all stops here, and then go on the F to J Street. Here, J Street. Okay. The next thing is A and D trains are local between 125th Street and 59th Street as well. Okay, so the next one is that the E train, for that same reason, instead of going here, it's going to go on the F. It's going to go from 5th Avenue, 53rd Street, go to the F to Rockefeller Center, go down all the way to 2nd Avenue, and that's the last stop, basically. And then let's see what I got here. I did this. Speaking with the A and C trains, we're going to go to Brooklyn. So it'll be expressed between Broadway Junction and Utica Avenue. So we'll skip Rockaway Avenue and Ralph Avenue. Let's do the D and N trains. So Northbound D and N trains is expressed between 36th Street and Manhattan Bridge. So the N train will go on the Manhattan Bridge. Southbound N trains will go through the tunnel. The Q train will not go on the Manhattan Bridge, but I'll explain a little bit later. Monday and Tuesday, so 11:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. E and F trains local between Roosevelt, over here, Roosevelt Avenue and 71st Avenue. So both of these trains will make all these stops between these two stations. Monday to Wednesday, we're going to get back to Manhattan. The southbound N and Q trains skip 49th Street. However, on Wednesday through Friday, the northbound skips the 49th Street station. Also, I said something about the Q train, northbound Q train will be on the R line, so it will not go to Manhattan Bridge. Northbound Q train will go on the R between DeKalb and Canal Street. However, speaking with the R train will only run between 59th Street and Bay Ridge 95th Street. So you're gonna need to use the N train, which is local, the D train or the Q train to fill in those stops. All right. The next thing we have is just on actually yes. So it's gonna be February 15th, so 12:45 a.m. to 5 a.m. So it's not gonna affect a lot of people. This is only just for more than 4 hours, but still a big one because the 7 trains affected. No 7 trains west of Queensboro Plaza, so no 7 trains between Queensboro Plaza and 34th Street Hudson Yards. There is a bus that runs between Vernon Boulevard Jackson Avenue and Queensboro Plaza. And also, there's a bus that runs between Times Square 42nd Street and 34th Street Hudson Yards. The S train will be running. The 42nd Street shuttle will be running between Times Square and Grand Central to fill in those gaps. Okay. So if you want to get to Hudson Yards, if you want to get there the easier way, you take the E train to. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't be taking the E train. Well, you can. You can take the E and F, but you have to take an M34 select bus service because this is taken out. So, oopsies, I guess. Okay, so there. That's a subway, and I will be right back. We're gonna do Metro. All right, we're back. Had a little break there. Okay, so this is the DC Metro. Well, most of it. So reason why I'm bringing it up is because I will be in Katsucon, so I'm gonna be leaving Friday night, and I'll be arriving to DC around 5:30 a.m. on Saturday. Yes, I know it's very early in the morning. Okay, so let's see. I can zoom in here. I'm going to be arriving at Union Station. On a regular day, it would be very easy. So it'll be what, 30 minutes? Not, between, or about an hour or so. We'll see. Depends on how long you have to wait between the train lines and the buses. Okay, I tried to make it a good, tried to make it as good as I can. Okay, so now on a regular day, you would arrive at Union Station and then you take the red line to Gallery Place. This is how you get to Katsucon from Union Station. So Union Station to Gallery Place, and then you take the yellow line to Old Town. And in case if the yellow line has issues, you can just continue taking the red line to the next stop, which is Metro Center, and then you take the blue line from there. And you get off at King Street Old Town. And at King Street Old Town, you would have to take the NH2 bus. All right, and I will show you how that goes. Let's see. So the NH2, there's going to be a bus There's little bus stations there. You'll see it over there, and that's like across a parking lot from the Old Town station, from the Alexandria station. So, and that you take that NH2 bus all the way to the last stop, and you're basically right there at the Gaylord National Resort. Don't ask me why it's called that. Okay, but that's where Katsucon is. And what is this? It's not popping up. That is weird. Okay. I mean, no, I mean it's fine. You'll see the subway map there. It's just I want to make sure I get this the right one. It's King Street, Old Town. I put Old Town, didn't work. What the? Anyway, so Fleet Street and Waterfront Street. That's the intersection in front of in front of Katsucon, which is which is in Gaylord National Harbor. And if I'm able to see this, maybe this will work. Let's see. I'm gonna put this here. Oh, that's weird. So what I'll do, there we go, much better. So usually on a perfect day, when you take the, on a perfect day when you're on King Street, Old Town, okay, right over here, before the blue and the yellow line splits, you would get the bus over here at the end. That's the NH2 bus over here. So right over here, you get it over here, or you can get a diagonal road depending on where you're going. Okay, so this is the station here, the Old Town station. You go across. Actually, you go here, and you go across here. It's actually not a bad walk. All right, so you see it here, and it is about a 26-minute ride from the King Street Old Town station to the last stop. All right. That's on a regular day. Just keep that in mind. That's a regular day. But we got an issue here. As we go back to the map. The issue is for Katsucon weekend, no train, there would be no blue or yellow line trains between Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport and Huntington or Franconia Springfield. So Ronald Reagan Airport is the last stop. So that's an issue. And I did my research. I haven't seen any buses, at least not yet. So we're gonna do some alternatives. All right. But before we do, I just want to let you know that for the DC Metro, Monday through Thursday, it is open 5 a.m. to 12 a.m., which is bullshit. Okay, it should be open 24/7, just like the New York City subway. But there are different hours. So DC Metro hours are again Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. On Friday, it goes a little bit further, so it's 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. Saturday is from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m., which is bullshit also, because I will be arriving at DC Metro Station, the Union Station rather, at 5:30 in the morning on a megabus. So, the fastest way is through the Metro, but even it has its own issues. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the detours. Also, Sunday, it is open 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. All right, now. Also, during this week and on the weekend of Katsucon, so again, this week in the DC Metro and during the weekend of Katsucon, some parts of the lines will be single tracking. So, and that leads to less service. So be prepared for the wait times. The other thing is that the there are these trains that are taken out of service. It's called the It's called the 7000 series, and I'm actually going to share an article with you for that. Here we go. If I can, there it is. Oh. So the thing is, Metro says 7000 series won't return until mid-April at the earliest. Okay, sorry, it's a little cut off. So that's the issue we're dealing with. Okay. Oh, not this. Okay, so technical issues. So we have to do a different route, unfortunately. So this is how we're gonna do it. So we do Union Station, okay, and we're gonna depart at, let's try 7 a.m., right? And then we're gonna go to the 19th. Yes, the 19th. So let's, if you're able to do the subway here, we're not going to do the walking, by the way. You're going to take the red. You're going to take the red line. I don't understand why, but that's a little bit of a. Well, things a little glitchy. Okay, so what you're going to do? You're going to take the red line from Union Station, and instead of going to the yellow line, you're going to go to the green line. And then you're going to go to Southern Avenue. And then we're going to switch. So we're going to go all the way to Southern Avenue over here. See all this where all the buses are? So what you're going to do is you have two choices. First one is you can do NH1. Okay, that bus goes to Katsucon, or you can take the 35 bus. The thing is, they're on different bays, so to speak. So it will be on bus bay L, as in Larry, for the 35 bus at the Southern Avenue station on the green line. If you want the NH1, it is on bus bay M, as in Matthew. And make sure that it goes to National Harbor. For bus 35, make sure it goes to Oxon Hill Fringe Parking Lot. Don't know why the terminus is called that. That's beyond me. Okay. Either way, from what I'm seeing with the maps, it goes to the last stop, and the last stop is Katsucon, basically. It's the Gaylord National Harbor convention, a resort and convention. Again, anything can change, so please be prepared for that. The things that I've talked about with New York City subway, you have to always keep yourself updated. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to WMATA.com. W is in water, M is in Matthew, A is in Apple, T is in Tom, A is in Apple.com, and then you can go from there. It also has the real-time information, like as if you would when you go to the MTA.info website or when you do the My MTA app. All right. So they both have different route. Well, not different, right? Similar routes. So they all stop here, right over here, and then you can walk to the Gaylord. Actually, look at this. Interesting. Actually, there's another part of the Gaylord that they stop for for bus number 35. I gotta look into that. Pretty interesting stuff. All right. What I'm looking for is the and the NH1 rather. So I'm trying to look for that. I think what I did was I put the 7 a.m. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put 5:30. Let's see. It's not even there. It's so weird. Oh, I think it's because it's another part of Union Station. Let's see. And there we go. We see it here. So this is NH1. Again, you can get it at Southern Avenue, and then it goes to the last stop. Just like that. Okay, just make sure you have enough money on your card. So what you be using is this. You'll be using this. This is the DC Metro equivalent to the Metro card. You're gonna use this. Also, if you want to use on your phone, I actually have it on my Apple Wallet. Yeah, I have it on my Apple Wallet. But I'm gonna hide the information here. See, I have money left over here. So they enjoy yourself over there. Yes, thank you so much. So yeah, got to make sure you have enough money. The thing is about it with this over here, I have Clipper for the Bay Area. Okay, the thing with this, you can actually add money on the phone, or yes, you can do that. Unfortunately, with the MTA with the Metro card, you can't do that. Omni, they're working on it. There are Omni cards, but it's very hard to see around because they're still doing the transition. So anyway, the next thing we're gonna do is we actually have to talk about the buses. So I will be leaving New York at around right before 1 a.m. from the Javits Center for the mega bus. And I'm going to arrive around 5:30 the for Union Station. So if you arrive that early before the train starts, what you're gonna do first is you're gonna take the D6 bus. Okay, and there are different ways of getting there. But I want to get there as early as I can, and I want to get there with the least amount of transfers as possible. So what you're gonna do, there's a station over here. So whichever station is closer to you. This is Massachusetts Avenue and Columbus Circle. Another kind of, this does not look like a circle to me, but okay. Looks like a bagel. And, or best thing to do is go to Massachusetts Avenue Northeast and East Street Northeast. So take that one. That's, what is this? There's a D6 bus. Okay. And then you transfer to the 32 bus. You're going to do a little bit of walking. You can actually transfer and you can use the card. But again, make sure you have enough money. And then you take this all the way to Southern Avenue. And then you take either the NH1 rather, NH1 or the 35 bus. The other one is, see, these two are the same thing. D6 and 35 or NH1, that's fine, same thing. This one, there's a bottom over here. It's 4 buses. Ugh, that's too much. That's too much, especially if you have luggage. All right, we're gonna get to a third option. Let's see what this option takes us. So it says that we take the 80 bus over here, not that far, North Capitol Street and Massachusetts Avenue, and then we go to H Street and 7th Street, and then we transfer to, what bus is this? The P6, P. St. Patrick. We go down here. And then we transfer to the 35. Yes, the 35. And that should get you to Katsucon. So that's actually the main entrance to Katsucon over here. All right. But again, be prepared simply because, the con staff will say, oh, don't go in here, go here, or go here. So just be aware, be careful. All right. So that's the information about. If there's any updates, I it's a 50-50 shot that I'm going to do a stream this Friday because I have to prepare stuff. I didn't finish packing up yet. All right. I just want to say that for packing things, okay, I say, and this is not perfect, one set of regular clothes per day. So your briefs, so two briefs, two PJs, two outside pants, two sleeping clothes, two outside clothes. I'm probably gonna have like two or three cosplays. I didn't post yet, okay, because I've been very busy. But I think Saturday I'm gonna do Giyu, and then Sunday I'm gonna do, I think, Aizawa slash Gojo. We'll see how that goes. All right. Also, I have this. This is my travel thing. Look at this. Deodorant I got from Atlantic City. So, all new. Okay. Never forget this. Never forget it. Okay. My loofah. Okay. Because I can't stretch. I need to do this. Okay, and the toothbrush and your own brush, your own toothpaste. What else? They provide soap in the hotel anyway, right? I may bring my own soap because I will be staying with three other friends in the Gaylord, and I already paid. So, and I'm excited. My three friends, I think you know all three of them. It's Ryan, that's Ryan Fatgum. The other one is Jay Carnage cosplays from Pittsburgh, I guess. Ryan is from Staten Island, and oh, thank you for the. It is. I need that scrub. I don't care how great it is or whatnot, because I can't reach. Because when I take a shower, I like to reach in all the places here. Okay, the third person is Steve. Yes, thank you for stopping by, DJ Nikki. I'm actually gonna wrap it up. So, thank you so much for stopping by. Truly appreciate your presence, and I truly appreciate the support. And I hope you stay healthy and safe, as you said. Yes, I will. Oh yeah, the third one is Steve. So he's the one who dresses up as Kirishima and as so yeah, yes, Rest cosplays. That's right. So Rest cosplays, Ryan Fatgum and Jay Carnage cosplays. So I'm gonna be with them. I'm so excited. They're gonna be arriving on Thursday. They don't have to worry too much with the metro, with the subway and the buses, because I know Ryan drives. But the thing is, parking is expensive. I think it's what, $30. I have to double check. I have two group chats for Katsucon, and I'm gonna see a lot of people. I know a lot of people are gonna go. I have friends from North Carolina, of course, from New York City area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, probably Connecticut. It's pretty likely. A lot of people from the Northeast. So it's gonna be really very exciting, and I hope this information helps. Okay, I'm trying to do a Shield Hero and Uzui group. Hopefully, let me know about it. I don't know if I'm gonna cosplay any of those. I'm probably not gonna cosplay Uzui because I don't. I don't know. It's just like it shows off the arms and all that. I don't. It's not my thing. But it's all the makeup and all. It's pretty. I like mine that Nah, okay, very good. Thank you. I can't wait to see that. I cannot. So, anyway, let's see who I'm gonna raid. Who am I gonna raid? Usually, I tend to raid the ones who I follow, but the lower with the lower views. Who am I going to raid? Anyway, since you're my mod, how was my special transit stream? Sorry, no COVID, but I have an error. Wow. Okay, on Whole Wheat Pete. I follow him, but come on. Let me do this here. Whole Wheat Pete has 121 viewers. Junip has 26. I don't know who Blue is. So it's Claire Bear. This person I met her through Nikki Muffin. She only has 16 views. So I'm gonna rate her. So she's an artist and she's a Pokemon gamer mainly. So anyway, so send your regards to her, say hi to her, and let's see. It's Claire Bear. Claire got some cursed Valentine shit to play. What is that? What kind of Valentine thing? I don't have to worry about Valentine's Day because I'm single. Well, I'm solo because I'm proud to be single. I don't want to deal with relationships. It's too much headaches. Okay, no offense. It's Claire Bear with the underscore. I'll be patient, so I guess I'll see. All right, there we go. It works. So, in the words of you, have a great day. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you all stay healthy and safe. Bye now. Peace. I'll see you Monday. Oh, not Monday. I'll see you Friday.